then you're not going to be yourself and you're not going to be comfortable. So you see some people, they'll be in suit and they look so stiff.
If you need to pick something like what I'm wearing today, I'll just say an easy thing such as a strappy shirt. I think a little print on the tie is always good. And I think for business, it's not about overdressing, but bringing elements which will be something nice. So you keep your suits very traditional, your navy suit, your blue suit, your grey suit, but you have fun with your shirt where, as I said before, you can use the collection of your white shirts, from popping white shirt to twill white shirt.
I say the future of the suit is like Coca-Cola. It's here to stay, basically. You can see everywhere. There's people changing the fabrication of the suits. I've even seen sportswear where they've made it like a suit. But also it completes the look. You can't go wrong with a suit. And like I spoke again about the whole uniform thing, it could be worn in all aspects, from work to casual to even sports. So it's here to stay.
Do you need that love? It's gonna make you burn. It's gonna make you burn. Oh, now do you want that love? Do you need that love? It's gonna make you burn. It's gonna make you burn. Now do you want that love? Do you need that love? It's gonna make you burn. It's gonna make you burn. Oh, now do you want that love?
Should avoid the extremes that the fashion fraternity try and impose on us, by which I mean avoid a lapel that's too narrow or a lapel that's too wide, and certainly avoid a suit or a trouser that's too tight or too baggy. A suit should be well tailored. So it's these sort of conservative in-between levels that you should look for in your suits. The inspiration for this winter's suits from the designers, I think, comes mostly from the 60s and 70s and Britain, actually. British tailoring seems to be having quite a wide impact on the fashion industry at the moment, because we're all so interested in tradition and sort of heritage fabrics. So tartans and checks and chalk stripes, these are all heritage British fabrics, and the cut from whether it's Savile Row or the modish take that we saw in Carnaby Street, those are really big influences at the moment. There's a big difference between Italian suits and British suits traditionally. And this comes mostly through the fabrics that they use inside the jackets, so it's for the construction. Italians have traditionally used lighter fabrics, which creates a softer feel overall for the suit, and this is particularly noticeable in the shoulder, which would be slightly rounder in appearance on an Italian tailored jacket. British tailors are using heavier cloths inside the jacket. It creates a stronger body to the jacket, or silhouette, which is most noticeable from the back. So the line of the suit would follow strongly the line of your back, have a lot of shape in it, but when viewed from the front it wouldn't be seen as tight, it would just be more triangular in shape. If you want to update the appearance of your suits, don't necessarily need to go out and redefine everything you have in your wardrobe at the moment. I think the important thing to look at is shape and cut. Suits at the moment are undeniably cut fairly slim, but they shouldn't be tight in any way. A good example is the trouser. So trousers should be narrow and not baggy in any way, and what's important is how you finish the trouser at the hem. The next suit that I'm thinking of buying is a navy blue flannel chalk stripe suit, and there's two that I'm choosing between. One is from Richard James, and one is from Dolce & Gabbana. Specifically, I'm looking for one that has a horn button rather than the black button, which will mean that I can wear the suit with a pair of dark brown shoes this winter, and if I want to wear it without a shirt and with a sweater or a roll neck underneath instead, then it just softens the suit a little bit and makes it a little bit more casual.
The man, he can bring his fire back, but he'll fall where he stands. We're fighting fire with fire. We're fighting fire with fire. There's a chance that you don't see the blaze up in my eyes. There's the heat will keep you back and let me rise. There's a chance that you don't see the blaze up in my eyes. There's the heat will keep you back and let me rise. I got the whole world weighing down on me, and there's the cold hand taking my time, but I will stand and fight. No, you won't put me down, 'cause I will fight your fire.
My name's David McCalmont, and I've been making a living since 1992 as a recording artiste. This is a very interesting question for me. I knew that clothes were significant and fun very early on, because I arrived here with a West Indian church boy sensibility in my dress that made people raise their eyebrows. Crimpline trousers and beltlessness and open shirts and just out of touch. Dressed for Cinderellas and Sinatras on a Friday night. I had to go through all those fashion faux pas to get to where I am now, and now I dress the way that I like to. Classic, I suppose. I think that there's a fantastic legacy of British dress. I like that. I like the idea of a Piccadilly wardrobe, because it's a very glyptic experience getting dressed. And I like the notion of being a foppish dandy. I enjoy walking down Savile Row and looking at suits and at ties and shirts and classic British shoes and umbrellas with hooks. I like the way that those clothes look on somebody like me, because I'm dark-skinned, half West Indian, half African. There's something about combining that look with colour, and I like a lot of strong colour, and my skin that looks kind of pimpish. When I leave the house to go about, I think that I dress for respect, really. And since I started dressing my idea of well and more gentlemanly, like how I think I am, people expect me to walk into their shop instead of wondering what I'm doing there. There are the days when I'm slumming it and I'm not looking for it. Like if I am staying in my locale, like if I'm not leaving Brixton, dress very differently to how I do if I'm going to go above Brixton and get on the tube and come into the West End. The attempt that I make is to look casual, smart, but never street. I went through a street phase and it wasn't me. I looked ridiculous, and I couldn't understand why it was that they were stopping me in Liberty. It's like an assembly, it's like sculpting something, and it really is about looking at myself in the mirror and aligning my mood with what I'm putting on. And often I leave it to the last minute and find that I haven't got time to get ready, and that means that I'm late because I just haven't got the right look with which to leave the house. If I'm getting ready to go on stage, I'm prepared to go through that song and dance. And actually, I'll do it. I'll have the song and dance before I go on stage. And I enjoy that most because that's when I can really revel in my flamboyance, really get dressed up to the nines, bring out all the colours, bring out all of the bling, big sparkly costume jewellery that I like to wear. When you're going to go on stage and be a popinjay, an eye-catching performer, it's really good to honour the attention that you're seeking by getting dressed for it. It's like people are coming to see you, do you look like you've been paid for? People say dapper, and I never thought I had dapper coming to me. So it makes me feel great, actually, to be considered a well-dressed person. But a lot of thought has gone into it, and a lot of mistakes have been made. I seem to be getting it right more often than not now, and it makes me feel really good to be well-dressed. Even the way I'm dressed now has been carefully considered.
Won't you meet me down there by the old tree? You gotta let me whisper in your ear, 'cause I can't shout aloud, so you'll have to come near. Won't you meet me down there by the old tree? There's no time for saving me. If you wanna break loose, then you gotta break free.